It has been a fascinating market in real estate here in Colorado Springs, and now it's time for things to start drawing to a close. What do I mean? Well, let's take a look. So right now we have 1,548 properties for sale. That's more than what we have had in the past. So in the past couple of months, at any given point, when you would look at what was available, you'd have about 1,400 total properties for sale in the city. So now we're almost at 1,550. And so before those couple of months in the past, we had inventory that was about in the 1100s. So inventory has started to come up a little bit. The number of under contract properties is at 980. That's about what it has been at for a while now. It's been between 1,000 and 1,100 for that whole time that I was talking about, where the active listings have increased. The under contracts have remained the same. This chart really shows you everything. This is the total number of active listings and the total number of sales. Total number of active listings is in green. Total number of sales is in blue. This data is from January of 2022 all the way to the present. So you'll see the number of active listings just shot up during the summer months of 2022, right? And then it comes back down for the seasonal dip. January takes that low point, and then listings start to come back up again this year, this summer, and we are hitting the tail end of this summer now. So you'll see the total number of active listings is still ever increasing just a little bit. We're not quite as high in number of listings as we were last year, and we look like we're probably going to be we're at a high point already. The blue line for total number of sales, again, the number of sales went up a little bit during the summer of last year, but then started to take a tumble as interest rates went up and buyers got scared away for a little bit. So sales came down. At their lowest in January. Sales came back up again this year, and as of June, because June is when we had the highest number of sales, and then we've started to come down since then. So this is that same information in a data form. So if you want to pause this, but I'm gonna come. Oh yeah, here we're looking at the whole thing already. So we have had a total number of 846 sales for August. We actually came up quite a bit. We were almost at 600 just a little bit ago. So we've had some recent sales that just came up here. So that's encouraging. We have, as you can see in the past few months, we've had anywhere from 11 to 14, 1,500 sales per month. And now we are almost at 900. So we may end up getting to about 1,000 for this year, which will be still a little bit less than what we have had earlier in the year. So again, these numbers are trending downward, but look at the active listings. So for the whole month of August, because at any given moment, we have 1,500 properties for sale in the city, right? Well, for the whole month of August, total number of listings that have been available is 3,439. Compare that to July, 3,424. So we're about the same as last month, June, 3,283, just a little bit more. So you see those numbers go down where their low point in January, we had a total number of 2,791 active listings. So we're coming up, but I'm expecting us to go back down again in total number of listings and definitely in total number of sales. Here you've got the average sales price and the median sales price for the city. So from year to year, not a whole lot has actually been going on. You see prices from January 2022 come up to a high point in April, and then they started to take their tumble all the way down through January of 2023, came back up to June 2023, and now they are headed down. We're going to switch over to the actual numbers so you can see what that looks like. Take a pause if you want to look at any of this in detail. But right now, the current average sales price for August 2023 is $518,374. Current median sales price is 449,900. So compare that to last month, to July. July, we were at 517,000 for the average and 455,000 for the median. So we're about on track. Earlier, just a few days ago, I was looking at these same numbers, and the average and median sales prices looked to be trending down even further from this, like 510 instead of 518. But, that's what you get for looking earlier in the month, before the month is fully done, to look at the true value. Because right now we're just looking at this before the month is complete. So we're always looking at incomplete data until we can look at everything in the past. So there is speculation here, for sure. But again, it appears that the price or the number of sales and the number of listings is going down, and typically sales prices go down for the winter months as well. And we were at 29 days on market on the average and 13 on the median. So properties are still going quick, 2 weeks to a month to sell. If it's taken longer, you may be overpriced or there may be something else going on. But otherwise, there are still properties, plenty of properties that are getting multiple offers and going above what they are asking for. Although I think that's dying down now, again, now that summertime is coming to an end, and there are certainly not as many buyers on the market. Homes have been getting 100% of what they're asking for on average. That's been going on since April. And now it appears, again, incomplete since we're not through the month yet, but it appears that homes on average are getting 98.8% of what they're asking for August. So that tells me that prices might be starting to pull down a little bit. Mortgage rates are, according to Optimal Blue, at 7.278% for a 30-year. And if you go on Mortgage News Daily, it's 7.39. So, yeah, those rates have gone up, and it wasn't anything. I think everybody was expecting this. The Fed has continued to add on to their basis points. The banks have a spread that they want to make, and according from what I've understood, the spread is typically at about 1.7% from where they're buying the loan or borrowing the money from the feds and then turning it around and reselling it to you. So their margin used to be 1.7%, about, and now it's about 3.1%. Correct me if I'm wrong. But so that spread is bigger. And the reason it's bigger is because the banks fear a recession and they want to mitigate that risk. So they're adding on to the spread so that they make extra money to mitigate that risk. So until the banks lessen that spread and until the Fed stops adding basis points and creating that spread themselves, until both the Feds and the banks reduce their spread, we're going to have these higher interest rates. And I came across this article yesterday, and it's from Barbara Corcoran talking about what she thinks is going to happen to the housing market. Self made real estate millionaire Barbara Corcoran says U.S. home prices won't fall, but could jump 10 to 15% if mortgage rates dip. So I really didn't know much about her other than she's been on Shark Tank. I'm not watching TV a whole lot, but so I looked her up and she ran a real estate brokerage from 1971 to 2001 or something like that. And I was just amazed at like how much that she has done and accomplished, but she has an extensive history with real estate. So if she talks about real estate, I'm going to listen. I'm going to respect that opinion. So, according to her in this article, the interest rates, if they come down, her expectation is that would bump up home prices another 10 to 15%. So, if for whatever reason, however it happens, interest rates come back down, that pushes more buyers into the market because suddenly, oh, I can afford to buy again. So that sends a bunch more buyer demand into the market. And what does demand do? It drives up the price. So there's good and bad with the interest rates coming down. So, and again, according to her, for home sellers, she says, if you're thinking about selling, actually maybe wait now. Maybe don't sell right now and wait until next year, because if the eventual if interest rates do come down, you're going to be in a better position as a seller because you're going to have more buyers, and therefore your home is going to be valued even higher. So if you can afford to hold out until next year to sell, you're likely going to be able to sell for more. Now, that's not a guarantee. You can't quote me on that. Well, you can. I'm on here. Huh. But just take that with a grain of salt. I don't actually know this. Nobody knows this for sure. Don't rely on this for your real estate decisions, but take this data that you have and factor it into your decisions for you. If you have any further questions on the real estate market here in the Colorado Springs area, please leave me a comment below. I'm happy to answer those. And if you are looking to buy or sell property in the Colorado Springs area, please reach out to me as well. I am a licensed agent here in the state of Colorado, and I would be happy to help you with that. My name is Kevin James Bond with Remax Real Estate Group. My phone number is 719-291-5924. Call or text me anytime or not late at night. Don't do that, please. Might be up, but probably don't. Anyway, I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one.